What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, Nick here. Winter tyres, summer tyres. Today's video we're going to go over winter tyres and summer tyres, what are the needs, what are the pros and the cons of them, and hopefully get you guys a little bit clearer as to whether we think we need them or whether it's just a bit of an extra thing for us to waste or spend money on. So let's take a look and we'll go from there. Right, so first up we're going to discuss the ever faithful and ever popular Continental Gatorskin tyre. So what makes them so special, what makes them so popular? You know, I think it's just generally puncture protection. These are absolutely bomb-proof. They are such a good tyre. You know, I even happened to see a video on Instagram the other day, and Geraint Thomas from Team Ineos was actually favouring the trusty Gatorskin on one of his winter rides out at the beginning of the year. So if the pros are using them for their winter tyre, they must be pretty damn good and pretty damn reliable. So, you know, let's look at some pros and cons of the ever faithful Gatorskin. So, winter tyres, generally the compounds are different. So the tyre compound and layup of a winter is very much different to that of a summer tyre. So generally they are a harder tyre compound, which is usually to do with a better protection, puncture protection in them. They've usually got thicker sidewalls. I will put some little videos and some clips above the knee that will show you the actual sort of manufacturer sort of specs and why they think they're so good and why you should buy them. You may be able to see, there you go, this has got what's called a poly X breaker on this Gatorskin. You can almost see this kind of ready sort of weave to this tyre. They reckon that a lot of winter tyres actually have like a Kevlar weave into them for the extra sidewall puncture protection, and you can even feel them. They've got this real tough feel to them, and they're just, you know, that's just as I said earlier, they're bomb proof, so they really are good. Generally the only problem with winter tyres, and people don't like them, is that they are heavier. Yeah, they are heavier, but I mean, you know, generally saying if people are commuting or even winter training, I'm sure the weight is so minimal. For the average Joe, like me, maybe you, I can't see it being a big issue. You know, a tiny little, and we're probably talking grams here as well, compared to a summer tyre, so it's really not the end of the world, there's nothing to cry about. So I think, you know, for the added pros that you get of these, I don't think you can argue with the weight really. So I mean, the pros of them are you've got so much better puncture protection, obviously sidewall and top. They're going to handle so much better in wet and cold conditions. You know, the harder compounds, they work better at a colder temperature, whereas the summers they start to dip off, and this soft sticky tyre, it can't cope with the wet cold roads. So, you know, there is a bonus there. Your handling and cornering is just going to be so much better on this tyre in particular. See if we can get in. You can see it's got these little side sort of bits of grip and tread on here. I think they tried to do really what car tyres do. You get sipes on the side of your car tyres, and that's designed to push and wash the water away from the centre of the tyre. So I think they've done that with this and many other manufacturers' tyres to try and get them sipes in to wash that water away from the centre and give you that better grip essentially. Tyre size, you usually get bigger tyre sizes in winter tyres as well, so that's often a big bonus as well. Obviously that's if your bike frame and fork can take it. Some of the earlier rim brake bikes could only take up to sort of really 25mm tyre, which this one is. So yeah, just check with your manufacturers just to make sure that you can get possibly bigger winter tyres in there, but they will be a lot comfier on the road as well if your bike hasn't got suspension, so look into that. Cons, the only cons really of a winter tyre, weight, as I said, possibly a little bit slower rolling resistance, and the only other thing I would say as well is that some of the favourite tyres that you might think of, even Continental, I love the tyres, I think they're great. I've used GP4000s, which we'll go on to in a minute, for ages, but they don't make a winter tubeless tyre, which I'm all for. I like tubeless. I've got them on my bike at the minute, some summers, and I think they're great. A bit of a faff to get set up, but once they are, they're great. So just check that you can get your tyres in tubeless or clincher, or if you're really fancy and like extra faff, tubular. Often, probably the only other negative really about them is that they are generally really quite expensive. But being said, the powers of the internet, have a look. You'll find a bargain. There's always internet bargains on. So, or even sometimes, 2 tyres at a sale price with a couple of tubes thrown in. So, check around. There are always deals and offers there. So keep a lookout. Right, guys, onto the summer tyres. So, I have got here a Continental GP4000 2S, I think they were called, in a 25. So this was one of the first tyres that I upgraded to with my Specialized. So they came on just some very budget friendly Specialized tyres, wire beaded, just absolutely horrible tyres. Did a job, but first thing people say, get tyres and wheels. So I decided cheaper option, tyres. So I got these, and to be fair, I think they're great. I did my very first Sportive on these tyres as well, and I couldn't fault them. They really are so good. They've got a really strong sidewall on them, and they've got really great puncture protection on them. Even just sort of feeling them, through the middle, you can feel there's a real solid, chunky bit of girth to the middle of that tyre. So that they really are pretty puncture proof, which was always one of their key selling points. It was a super light tyre, really, what they called a really good all-rounder. So hence why I upgraded to them, and I think they've been great tyres until I moved to tubeless. Obviously in the video I have got here the GP4000. I have put information about the new GP5000, which will be over the top of this video. The reason I've done that is because I can't get any info off a Continental site about the GP4000 because it's an old tyre. So they're obviously, it's discontinued, not being made anymore, I guess. So I've put the new gen tyre, should we call it, above this video. So very similar. Pros of your summer tyre, obviously going to be a lightweight tyre. You've got really super hot sticky roads, super lightweight tyre with a soft compound as well. It's going to be absolutely magic on the road. It's going to be so fast. The cornering, I've heard stories of people, good tyres as well, obviously good riders helps, getting some serious cornering in that they've actually clipped pedals or bruised pedals on the road, that they've got such a good lean. So that just shows how much tyre technology has come on, and the tyre's endless. You have got clincher, tubeless and tubular. Tubular's more race stuff, so we're not going to bother about that, but as I said earlier, I'm a big fan of tubeless. I think it's great. Really can't argue with it. The new GP5000 does come in tubeless, so you can choose clincher or tubeless in that tyre version. That being said, my new Hunt wheels, they are tubeless ready, so naturally I would go for the tubeless. So that is going to be my next tyre. So hopefully I'm going to get them for the summer, and we'll have a good go with them. So yeah, we might do a product review on the GP5000 tubeless as well. Just some of the cons, and they're not many. I think for both tyres actually the pros far outweigh the cons, and the con would be that they're less puncture protection generally in some of the lightweight summer tyres, and a higher price again. Really expensive. Continental have always been expensive tyres. Specialized, another brand. They are really super expensive tyres, but I do believe you pay for what you get. They're good tyres, and you're going to pay the price for them if you want that, so you kind of got to find that fine balance. Right guys, so I hope that gave you a little bit of an insight and a little bit of a helping hand, possibly some pros and cons of your summer versus your winter tyre. I hope you found it useful. Any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section and I'll get back to you. You know, equally, what do you guys think? You know, let me know. So bang them in the comments as well down below. So I've put links in the descriptions as well for the 2 tyres that I've mentioned today, and I've also put a link in for a website called Bicycle Rolling Resistance. Really good website. They've got loads of little drop down link boxes where you can put a tyre versus another tyre. You know, you could even pick a summer and a winter and sort of measure them against each other. You know, they've really gone scientific with it and put some really great data in there, so really would recommend checking that out. And it might help you make some of your decisions a little bit easier as well. So hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've liked it, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe, as it helps the channel obviously. Hope you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one guys. Take care.